Hey, what's up, Math 8? So today we're doing section 2.3, which is writing two-step equations. As you can see here, we're going to go ahead and skip the first page. All right, so the goal is we are going to be able to write our own two-step equations, and then from there we're going to try to solve them. All right, so we're going to start off really simple here on this first example. Before we get into any real world word problems, that's a tongue twister. Before we do that, we're just going to do just standard math words. All right. And you'll see what I mean when we start working on this. All right. So for translating sentences into equations, you're going to have 3 steps. All right. And that is right under this. All right. So this box. All right. So really what I want you to know is this, okay? So the first step is you're going to have your words. The good thing about this step is you don't actually have to do anything because they're going to give you the words, right? So that's just going to be what's already written for you. The second step is the variable. All right, the variable, you're going to want to do this. So basically, for your variable, it says define a variable to represent the unknown equality. So what I really want you to remember for that step, for step 2, is variable equals the unknown. All right, so whatever it's asking you, that's going to be your variable. Okay, and then the third part of it is your equation. All right, so once you have your variable, you can then model the equation around that variable. All right, so we're going to try to use this on example number 1. Okay, so it says translate each sentence into an equation. The first one says 8 less than 3 times a number is negative 23. All right, so the first step is words. They've got it here, and it's just, like I said, exactly what they have written down for you. So you don't actually have to do step 1. That's the really nice part. All right, step 2 is the variable. All right, so they say let n represent the number. The reason they say that is the thing you don't know is a number. All right, so the original sentence, you don't know what they mean when they say a number. All right, so that's going to be your variable, which they've decided to make n. All right, and then finally, you have your equation. All right, and then they went ahead and modeled it around it. So they started with n, and then they just read the rest of the sentence. So we have 3 times a number right there. That's going to tell you can attach that 3 to it. And then you also have 8 less than that. So if you were to subtract 8 from there, okay, so there's that side. And then it says right here is 20 or negative 23. All right, so that means it equals negative 23. And that's all you have to do for these when you write those equations. So let's go ahead. We can look at number 2 as well, and then I'll let you try a couple on your own. So it says 13 is 7 more than 1/5 of a number. All right, so first, again, you have your words. Don't have to do anything for that step. All right, second, we have your variable. Again, a number is the thing you don't know in this one as well, and they're going to represent that with n. All right, and then you just write your equation from there. All right, so it says 1/5 of a number. That means you're going to multiply it by 1/5. Okay, and then we have that 13 is 7 more than 1/5 of that. So it needs to be 7 more than this, which is why we put the plus 7. And then 13 is, whenever you see that is like that, typically that means that's what's on the other side of the equals sign. All right, so 13 goes there. And then from there, of course, if we were actually doing the problems, we would go ahead and solve. All right, so I want you on your own to go ahead and solve in the got it, just do problem A. All right, so hopefully it doesn't take a whole lot of time, but I just want you to try the got it problem A on your own. So pause the video, do that. Once you've finished that up, you can press play again, and we will move on to the next one. All right, so hopefully you had a little bit of luck with that. Now we're going to move into more of real world examples. All right, so we're going to look at number 3 here. So we have you buy 3 books that each cost the same amount and a magazine, all for $55.99. You know that the magazine costs $1.99. How much does each book cost? All right, so the first thing is words. For this one, they went ahead, and you can do this too. Pretty much they've got the key information here for their words. All right, so if this was me, I would probably highlight or underline. I've got a highlighter here. I'd probably just highlight the key information. So 3 books that each cost the same. That's important. And we have a magazine. All right, so just the one magazine. And we have $55.99. All right. You might want to put the all for $55.99 as well, just so you know that's the total price. All right, then it says the magazine costs $1.99. And then you can look from there. It asks about the cost of each book. I'm not going to worry about highlighting that part though. All right, so we got our words. Now we can look at the variable. Again, the variable is the unknown. It asks right here, how much does each book cost? So we know that the book cost is unknown. And then they do the same thing, but I'm going to use B to represent each book. All right. Okay, so then, now that we've got our variable done, we can move on to the equation. All right, they've got it here. So just to show you again how they've decided on that. So they did 3 because there's 3 books. And then the magazine, they just went ahead and added on the price of the magazine, which was $1.99. And then last, you know, the total price was $55.99. All right, and there's your equation, just like that. Okay, so from there, we're going to go ahead and solve this one. All right, so you would subtract 1.99 from both sides. All right, that's going to cancel there. Okay, and then you're left with 3b. Oh, don't forget to do both sides. All right, so you're left with 3b equals whatever that is. It's going to be 0.54. All right, now we can divide 3, not b. We can divide 3 from both sides in order to isolate that b. All right, so then by that division property of equality, we have b equals 18. All right, so this tells us, again, that's not enough information, that the book costs $18 or $18 per book. All right. Okay, so once you've got that one done, I want you to go ahead and I want you to solve for D on the Got It on page 131. All right, so that's below problem 3. We're not going to look at problem 4. I just want you to go ahead and try to look at that problem on your own. All right, so I think that is it. Sorry, guys, I got distracted. I was talking to a couple other teachers. So I think I said everything I needed to say. I don't remember. Make sure you do this example, and then we'll meet back up as a class, and I will see you guys there.